Let's get started. I'm happy for everybody who's here. And so, if everybody can mute themselves, and then, as we were discussing, if there's any music that you would like to listen to while we spend this time together, please take a moment, turn it on. Or if you'd like to practice in silence, that's beautiful too. We're going to start off here on our mats. So I'm going to give you an option. You can start off on your belly, laying flat. I'll just show you. Got all my things here. And you just lay flat on your belly. Stack your hands or your forearms on top of each other, and then just rest your head down on your forearms or your head. If that is uncomfortable, right? If laying on your belly is not comfortable, I would like you to just sit with your eyes closed and your head down. So begin in the position that feels comfortable for you. You're at home, so if you want to be sitting on your couch or in a recliner to start your practice, nobody can see you, nobody's going to judge you. How you find rest is completely up to you. So in whatever position you're in, I'd like you to begin to turn inward. Gather yourself to your body. Notice what your body feels like. Notice any sensations in your body. And as you notice those sensations in your body, take a moment to focus on any sensations of discomfort. Is there an area that feels achy or sore, tense or tight? Focus on those sensations. And as you focus on those sensations, step away from creating a story. You're just noticing sensations in your body. There's no story associated with them. And then I'd like to ask you to notice sensations in your body where you feel comfortable and at ease, where your body feels relaxed. And it doesn't have to be a big space. It could be just your forehead. Your forehead feels cool and soft and calm. Or perhaps your hips feel heavy on the floor, or your shoulders feel soft. And again, we're not creating a story. We're noticing. And as you notice these sensations in your body, allow your attention to go back and forth. Notice that area that feels tense and tight, and then notice that area that feels soft and at ease. And move your awareness back and forth. And as you move this awareness through your body, noticing tension and ease, softness and rigidity, begin to realize, begin to notice that your body is not made up of individual pieces and sensations. Your body is a whole. It's a whole. Begin to notice your body, all of your body, made up completely of sensations. And as you dive deep into this awareness of your body, I'd like you to notice what feelings, what emotions that you brought with you to your mat, to your chair, to your space. What feeling or emotion is at the top that keeps coming to the front? What's there? And as you hold on to that emotion, I'm going to ask you to notice, where do you feel that emotion in your body? There's no judgment here. Again, no story. We're all different. Maybe there's tension and you feel it in your chest, or you feel it in your belly. Some of us feel it in the back of our neck, our shoulders, or perhaps you feel joy. Where do you feel that in your body? We are all connected. And then as you notice where you're feeling that emotion in your body, begin to notice your breath. Just notice. You're not trying to change your breath. You're noticing, where is your breath right now? Is it smooth or jerky? Is the inhale equal to the exhale? You're not just thinking about how deeply you breathe, but what's the quality of the breath? When you inhale, do you feel nourished? When you exhale, do you feel cleansed? Is the breath seamless, quiet, noisy? And then connect it all together, bringing your breath into your body, connecting it to your emotions, seeing yourself as a whole, complete being. Take a nice big inhale into the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. Begin to bring movement into your body. If you're laying on your belly, rock yourself back to your knees. If you're seated, join me on your hands and knees. I have a blanket here for under my knees on my mat. If you're on carpet, you maybe have a little bit of cushioning. Just grab any blanket. It doesn't have to be fancy. You just want a little something under your knees. And when you're in all fours, I want you to just find whatever movement feels good before we do anything together. How often do you get to be on your hands and knees and you're not doing an activity like scrubbing the floor or cleaning something up? You're here just to experience your body, to explore sensations. And so just move. Maybe your hips find themselves swaying from side to side, or you're finding you need neck circles. Just take a few breaths to see what your body calls for you to do before we do anything else. And then all together, coming back to stillness in our tabletop. Inhale that chest up and through the shoulders, lifting the tail. Exhaling and rounding, sending the gaze towards your knees, pressing the spine up to the sky. And then again, inhale, lifting the chest, lifting the tail. Exhaling and rounding. And begin moving with your breath, with your pace, finding what feels good. For some of us, a faster movement feels good with our breath. For others, nice and slow. This is your opportunity to notice what feels good and to also notice your breath. A few more breaths here. And then, of course, you can always add in more hip circles, just moving whatever way feels good for your body. And then moving nice and slow. I'm going to invite you to join me back down on the mat on your back. So I have my blanket underneath my hips. I like that extra cushioning. There's never a bad time for extra cushioning. So with your back supported, bring those knees up towards your chest. So we are all different. For some of us, hugging the knees in, holding on to the shins feels good. My knees are super inflamed today. So I'm taking my hands behind my thighs and drawing my knees in towards my chest in this way. And when you do bring those knees to your chest, find what movement feels good. Maybe it's just rocking side to side. If you're feeling more energetic, you can rock back and forth. Maybe you make circles with your knees. Everything is just an invitation and an opportunity to notice as we explore what it means to find rest. One of the ways we can do that is by noticing our bodies, our breath, our emotions. It's hard to know when we need rest if we aren't connected and in tune with what's going on with us. So all together, I'm going to ask everybody, if your hands are hugging your knees to your shins, I'm going to ask you to move your hands to the back of your thighs. And then we're going to draw the legs open. Right? So now the legs are open wide, the feet are still relaxed, and you're just seeing how this feels. So on our backs like this is a version of frog. So frog is the posture that we do where we're on our bellies, our knees are open wide, our feet are open wide, and it's very intense. But you can do this on your back, so you can start to feel that sensation as your hips are starting to open. You can breathe and see which breath feels right. If you're feeling a little more tense, a little more agitated this morning, maybe the breath you want to try is breathing in through the nose, out from the mouth, just a calming breath, calming breath. But if you're feeling like you need a little more energy, try breathing in and out through the nose. So just see what feels right. What works for one person doesn't always work for the other. So now we've been in this position for a few breaths. I'm going to ask you to keep holding on behind the knees, but flex the feet up towards the ceiling. This is a version of happy baby. So your head and neck are nice and comfortable on the floor. You're drawing those knees towards your armpits, but your feet are flexed up towards the sky. Now, if you can reach your hands up to the outside of the feet and hold on without lifting the head, neck, or shoulders up off of the floor. If you feel no tension, that's great. But if at some point you feel your head wanting to strain, Take those hands behind the knees again and just keep drawing the knee in towards the armpit. The same motion, the same action, the same benefit without the strain. In yoga, that whole notion of no pain, no gain is completely contrary to what we're doing. So if you feel strain or tension, or if you're almost there, take a pillow. Just grab a pillow off the couch, off the bed, and just slide it right under your head. And now you've got that support. You can relax and rest into the posture so you can just feel the beauty of this openness. Just take a few more breaths here. And then very slowly, take those feet back to the floor. Knees are still bent. Open your feet as wide as the mat. And then just begin windshield wiping your knees from side to side. Nice and wide. Going at your pace. Pausing when it feels nice. Spending a little extra time on a side or position. And your hands can be wherever it feels comfortable. My hands are on my belly, but you can have your arms out wide or overhead. Sometimes it feels nice to have your hands under your head. As you move your knees from side to side, this motion is so simple, but it's one that helps to calm the nervous system. Moving of your spine from side to side, this gentle twisting. And then the next time your knees are on the left side, I'm going to ask you to leave them there. Knees to the left. Now check in with your right knee. I want to make sure there's no tension, that you don't feel any pinching. So walk the right foot around until you reach a position where that right knee feels comfortable and at ease. That could mean just walking the foot more forward, whatever that looks like for you. And then maybe this is a good, comfortable position right here. Now, all of us, our hips are different, our knees are different. So stay right here if this feels good, or you can take that left foot and place it on the right thigh. That makes that twist a little more intense. You want to breathe through it and see if your body accepts it. And then just breathe. Whatever needs to be released will be released. Allow yourself to be in this posture without thinking about what are we going to do next. Just notice how your body feels in this moment, in this position. How are you breathing? Where do you feel the sensations? And then take a nice big inhale. Exhale, release the foot and take the knees back up to center. Few more windshield wipers, those feet as wide as the mat, taking the knees from side to side. And then the next time the knees are at the right side, take them over to the right, let them rest. Just that left knee. Move it around until the knee feels okay and the hip feels okay. And you can do the same thing here. You could take that right foot on the left thigh. See how that feels? Be aware that each side will feel different. Just because it felt great or accessible on the left side does not always mean it will feel that way on this side. And that's where you have the opportunity to be curious. You have the opportunity to practice non-judgment, right? We're not creating a story about why one side feels different. What we're doing is we're noticing and we're being present. We're saying, that's interesting. This side needs a little more love than the other side, a little more attention, a little more caution. But that's all there is. Nice, easy breath. And then that nice inhale again, releasing the foot, exhaling the knees, coming back up to center. One more time with the windshield wipers. Release any last bit of tension in the lower back and the hips. And then let's take the feet close to each other, thighs close to each other. And then open the knees wide for reclined butterfly or reclined cobbler's pose, however you like to call it. In Sanskrit, we call it Supta Baddha Konasana, which just sounds so pretty. Now, if this is not comfortable, you can put pillows under your knees. If you have them, you can put blocks under your knees or your thighs. But while you're here, I'm going to ask you if you could just practice releasing on your exhale. So when you inhale, you feel your belly and your midsection expanding. And on the exhale, release any tension you're holding in the thighs. It's interesting to notice that we're holding so often when we don't even realize it. So I'm just going to ask you to practice for a few breaths, letting go. Practice noticing when you're holding and practice letting go. Two more breaths here. Take a nice big inhale, filling the belly, fill the midsection, fill the chest. And on the exhale, release everything, bringing those knees back up together, walking the feet apart so that they're a nice, comfortable distance apart. Taking your hands beside you. Let's snug those shoulders underneath, feeling that chest puff up. And let's lift our hips up off the mat. Little bridge, noticing how this feels. Squeezing those thighs in towards each other as you lift the hips up just a little bit more. Maybe you walk your feet closer and the hips come up more. You walk the feet even closer, you snug those shoulders under more, the chest lifts, and the thighs are squeezing towards each other, lifting, breathing, nice big inhales and exhales. Maybe you clasp the hands together beneath your hips. And exhale, lowering it down. Let's cross that left ankle over the right knee. Take your left hand and just press that left thigh away. Nice breath there. And just pressing that thigh away. And the breath is long and full. Release that hand. And we're going to bring the right knee in towards the chest. So there's different ways you can hold on here. You can hold on with one hand behind the left thigh and one hand behind the right. And that's nice and supportive. Or you can slide that left hand in between the knee so you're holding on behind that right thigh with both hands. Whatever feels right for you. And you'll know what feels right because your hips are going to say that is not happening today. And that's what you want to listen to. Your hips, your knees, your head is having to strain up off the floor. You're trying too hard. And you're just breathing here. Two more breaths here. And release those hands. Take that right foot down to the mat, left foot down. And let's switch. Let's take the right ankle to the left knee. Let's bring that left knee on up. And again, you can hold on behind the left thigh, behind the right thigh. Or you can take that hand in between. Up to you, whatever feels comfortable. You can hold and clasp the hands behind that left thigh. And just breathe. And take a nice big inhale. Exhale, take the left foot down, right foot down. I'm going to ask you to extend both legs long, extend the arms long overhead, and just notice how you feel in the full body stretch. And I want you to notice how you feel in the full body stretch when you're stretching and when you're not, right? You're just laying here, arms overhead. Maybe your feet are opening out to the side. Maybe the stretch is in your shoulders, your upper back. And I'd like you to take that left ankle and cross it over the right ankle. And then take a hold of the left wrist with the right hand and draw that left arm towards the right. And your body is going to create just a gentle C shape. We're not doing anything extreme here. You're just stretching the left side of your body in a very gentle way. Being mindful, if you have shoulder issues, release, right? You could still just have that left arm overhead to whatever depth is comfortable for you, and you don't have to hold on with the right hand. Take a few more breaths here. And release. Take that left foot back to the left side of the mat, arms overhead again. And this time, cross the right ankle over the left. And taking that right arm over to the left side, holding on with the left hand if that's comfortable. The shoulder joint is not a large joint, so you don't want to aggravate any injuries. You're just wanting to feel those sensations in your body. Hopefully the sensations are not pain. If they are, it's an opportunity for you to have a conversation with your body, build up some trust. Just a few more breaths here. And exhale, release. Arms and legs. Still in that full body position. Taking the arms up towards the ceiling, reaching up, and then bending those knees as well. Now, maybe this feels okay right here, or you extend those legs toward the ceiling. And then I'm going to ask you, focus on your shoulders. I want you to lift the shoulders up and then drop them down, lifting, dropping. And just do that a few times. Notice what that feels like, that release. And then the last time, just reaching those fingertips towards the ceiling. And I want you to do the same thing we did with our shoulders to your hips. You're lifting those hips, dropping down. So those feet are going towards the sky. And your hips may not move a whole lot. Maybe you're holding a lot of tension there. Maybe there was an injury, tenderness, right? So your movement might be a nice, small rocking of the feet, right? But what you're doing is you're creating that connection. You're creating that connection with a part of your body that maybe needs a little extra care, a little extra love. You're not ignoring it. You're being aware. And then after a few last rocks, bend those knees, take the feet back to the floor, arms down, maybe hands to the belly. And one more time, windshield wiper those knees from side to side. And then begin to find your comfortable relaxation position. If you're not familiar with yoga terms, we call our final relaxation position in Sanskrit, it is Shavasana or Savasana, depending on your pronunciation. And what that means is corpse pose. And I know that for some people, calling a posture corpse pose can feel unsettling. But when we think of ending our practice, we're going to let something go. Who we were before our practice is not who we are after. And so there's just a little death. Maybe it's the death of judgment. Maybe it's the death of some way we were looking at ourselves. So when we are in that final posture, whatever it looks like, maybe just laying flat on your back, if you have a blanket on you, a pillow under your head, maybe you're sitting in a chair, whatever it looks like for you, take it as an opportunity to think about, what do I need to just release? What needs to go? And as you find your comfortable position, I'm going to ask you, if you're in a safe place, to close your eyes and allow your senses to open. Notice sounds around you, the touch of air on your skin. Notice the feeling of your body being supported by the surface that you're resting on. And notice the feeling of letting go and to being at ease throughout your entire body and mind. And then begin to notice sensations in your eyes, your forehead, your mouth, your jaw. Notice sensations in your shoulders, arms and hands, chest and belly, upper and lower back, hips, legs, feet. Notice sensations on the front of the body, the back of the body, left side of the body, right side of the body. Notice sensations on the inside of the body. Notice sensations on the entire body, front and back, left and right sides, inside and out. Your entire body is a glorious field of sensation. And then notice the sensation of your body breathing. Just noticing without thinking. Notice your body breathing. Notice the way your body expands with each inhalation and softens with each exhalation. Just notice your body breathing. And when your attention wavers from your breath, and it will, gently and without any judgment, take it back to noticing the gentle expanding and relaxing with each inhalation and exhalation. Begin to deepen your breath. As you deepen your breath, expand your awareness externally again, noticing sensations everywhere all at once. And begin to bring movement back into your body. Perhaps you start off with just wiggling your fingers and toes and moving to stretching your arms and legs. moving whatever way feels natural, feels comfortable. And if you are laying on your back, before coming to a comfortable seat, take a moment to roll over to your side, to pause, to reflect. And then I'm finding your comfortable seat. Come together one more time to breathe. So in your comfortable seat, let your shoulders soften down. Take a nice big inhale into the nose, opening the mouth wide, and let's exhale together. One more time, inhale into the nose, open the mouth wide, and exhale. Thank you for sharing this time with me and with each other. Have a beautiful day. Thank you. Namaste.